In this building, if you go looking for things that go bump in the night on your own, you just may find them.
Out the front, we will just do a little bit of an overview of the history of Castlemaine, how it came to be, and how the prison was required and how it came about to be up on the hill here. And then we'll come inside and take in the atmosphere of the prison.
As you would be taken through these doors, you would be stripped off, you would then be gone over completely with a stiff wooden brush and ice cold water to make sure that you were deloused and had nothing on you. And then after that's happened, we'll beat the daylights out of you. Because you see, in this prison we're in charge, you're not.
We will wander around and we'll go out into one of the exercise yards and have a look at what sort of exercise the prisoners were given, particularly in the early days.
My guard is going to take you for exercise. Normally, your exercise would be a little bit different from this. Normally, you would be in groups of 4 and you would be hooded and chained. And God forgive you if you talk. Because if you talk on our exercise yard, we'll exercise you to death.
Then we'll come inside and we'll visit the gallows and we'll talk about one of the prisoners who was executed here. After that we'll go out to another one of the yards where those who were executed still remain today. They're all buried on site.
The interesting thing about the burials in Castlemaine prison that they bury you standing up. They do that for 2 reasons. One, because it means you'll never get peace in the afterlife, which gives you an idea of the sort of mendacity that these people that were running this place had. They're willing to give you trouble even after you're dead. And 2, if you're too tall, they can simply cut your head off and put it between your legs.
And then we'll go down into the basement, which is where the original kitchen was, and also the isolation cells.
The last tour I did, which was 2 weeks ago, I took a group a little bit smaller than this, and someone had a bad experience.
A guy about 15 or 16 years old. He seemed a pretty confident fellow from all accounts, and he was offered the opportunity to go into the isolation cell by himself, which he accepted. And Rick closed the door, and pretty much as soon as the door was closed, this guy yelled, or screamed I should say, and "Get me out of here, let me out of here!" So then Rick opened the door and he flew out, and Rick went to talk to him about what happened, and the young bloke said that as soon as the door was closed, he felt something grab his shoulder, and he was the only one in there. And Rick said he felt this guy's chest and his heart was pounding flat out, and he believes that it wasn't just something that he made up, but that was what he believed he experienced. And needless to say, no one else took up the offer to go in that. There was one night a guy was taking photos and he called me over and he said, "Check this out." And looking at the viewfinder of his camera, just before the flash went off, it looked like a figure walked from one side of the cell to the other. And it repeatedly did this when he took his photo. And I couldn't explain that. I couldn't see anything with the naked eye, but in the viewfinder it looked like a white figure in the darkness. And I've seen that on a separate occasion as well.
This place is haunted. Whether or not you believe it, that's fine. The ghosts do.